Amazing. You know, we can't even count up all the interviews Leon Bibb has done throughout his career. But among those that really stood out is one that happened about 6 years ago this summer. News 5's John Cossack continues to look back at the great Leon Bibb's career.
And Frank, like so many of Leon's stories, we found that it's the story beneath the story that really stood out with this one. Someone like Leon Bibb gets a lot of phone calls, pitching stories and interviews. Most are almost immediately forgotten, but there's one that came in 6 years ago from a 202 area code that he'll never forget.
Would you like to interview President Obama? We could make it exclusive to Ohio, and we're only calling you. Of course. You say, yeah, I'd like to do that.
Oh, and the interview would be at the White House. For a reporter, the assignments don't get much bigger than that. And like any child with a parent still living, one of Leon's first thoughts was to tell his mom. One thing, though.
Mom was in hospice care at the time. That week that I went in July of 2011, and there was a question of whether I should go or whether I should not, and my sister told me, Shirley, Bibb Blackwell told me, you gotta go.
It was a tough decision at a difficult time, but at his family's urging, he went, focused.
I'm from Cleveland.
And they discussed the issues important to Cleveland, the first African-American to win the presidency and the first one to anchor a primetime newscast in Ohio.
Will there be a need for the NASA Glenn Research Center in Cleveland?
Well, I believe in the space program.
And Mother held on till I got back. I saw the president, interviewed him on Monday, and the following Saturday, Mother passed away. But she lived long enough to see my report on the air. So it was quite a week, and I'm glad I did it, and Mother, with her eyes, told me she was glad I did it too.
Well, we've all been telling you a lot of stories and sharing our well wishes with Leon and Lee here at News 5, and we'd like you to do the same. Check out the News 5 Cleveland Facebook page to share your thoughts on the retirement of these two Cleveland news legends. And just like so many of your stories, Leon, there are so many different layers.
Oh, my goodness.
So great to hear you tell them.
Oh, it was good to see the president, and you get a chance to go to the White House, and, you know.
Oh, yes.
Hung around there for about 8 hours.
What were you thinking when you were sitting across from him? Were you thinking, this is really happening?
I said, well, let me get my questions together, because I don't want to look bad. You know, I was thinking about that. But I will tell you, he told me the first thing the president said when I walked into this room where he was already seated, he says, so you're from Cleveland? I says, yes, Mr. President, from Cleveland. He says, are you over LeBron going to Miami? That's what he said. Well, LeBron was in Miami at that time. Sure. I said, Mr. President, we're working on it and trying to get him back. He says, well, you guys will be okay. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
So
did you get a coaster, maybe a towel or anything from the White House?
Well, you got to be careful about picking up stuff in the White House.
They kept a close watch on you,
Secret Service is all around. I did use the facilities, though.
Grab the bar soap.
Yeah, bar soap. Yeah. But it was a treat there. It was a treat there. You know, see the president. Any president, anytime you go there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, weather-wise, we're going to just transition to a nice warm evening out there. We're feeling warmth right here on the set with Leon and